that joint started. Everybody, this is Miss Jaylin Brown.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah. So we were joking downstairs that I was going to do an intro where I was like, you know, she's a singer, she studied opera, da-da-da, and also is averaging 28.5 points a game for the Boston Celtics.
That's true.
So that was you, okay.
Yeah.
See, at 27
great, right?
last night.
No, I'm doing my thing out here.
Hustling, no.
On stage and the court.
I like that. And I like that you slightly change your name just for, you know, for both, but you don't change it enough that where people can't pronounce it the same.
Exactly.
It's very thoughtful of you.
If you put the Miss on Google, you find my music. If you don't, you find my basketball play.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
No, I did actually play basketball for 7 years. And my first team that I ever played on, the rec team, was called the Celtics. So that's my favorite team.
Did you wear the same number?
No, I wore number 12 for a really long time, actually.
Number 12.
But no.
No.
It's just crazy. When he joined the Celtics, I was like, it's destiny.
It's like, you know, you go through life thinking that you have a unique name or like not
No,
that
there
people
are too
think.
many Jaylins.
Okay, sure.
There are
No,
so many Jaylins.
There's a lot of Browns too.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Hi, Miss Jaylin Brown.
Hi.
Welcome to the HearRVA studios.
That's super cool.
Yeah, there's definitely some interesting stuff going around. And for people at home that are watching, there is definitely Miss Jaylin Brown stuff in the background, so be on the look for that as well. We'll talk about some of it. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
Yeah, got some good sleep, and I'm all clean and stuff.
That's great. I got clean too. That's good. It's
Yeah.
always good when you go in public and you're clean.
Yes. Please be clean in public.
Just as a rule, to anybody that's paying attention out there, Miss Jaylin Brown suggests you be clean. Please.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a moment of silence for those that were not clean. So I wanted to talk to you because today is supposed to be the last show of the Ghost Quartet,
Yes.
but it is not.
No.
Can you explain what it is, why it got extended?
Well, Ghost Quartet is a musical by Dave Malloy about love, death, and whiskey. And it basically takes 4 generations in that storyline and kind of intertwines them. And we're all these different people in different times. But we're selling out almost every weekend. And so they extended the run. It's at Firehouse Theater. I don't know when this is going to get published.
I don't either.
So it will probably be done.
Probably. I think this will be in March sometime.
Yeah. But no, it's been a great experience. It's just 4 people in the cast and a pianist. But we're all playing our own instruments. I'm playing guitar on stage. And cajon. And spoons, actually. So it's fun.
Were you already good at the spoons, or did you have to get good at the spoons?
I had to get good at the spoons because they got me syncopating and singing. Like, I'm singing, like, on the beat, but the spoons are syncopated, so it's like...
You became Jay Dilla.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Jay Dilla, Miss Jay Dilla, that's me.
Oh, wow. Well, congrats on selling out and getting an extended run.
Thank you.
You do a lot of work, from what I can see, at different types of venues around the city. You know, Ghost Quartet is at Firehouse Theater. I've seen you perform at museums, breweries, coffee houses, front porches.
Richmond Symphony.
Richmond Symphony. So yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Why are you so versatile? Why does your music fit in so many spaces?
It probably starts with my opera training.
Okay.
Honestly, well, actually, it goes back further than that. My parents were big on music. They actually met doing ballet. My grandparents met in the choir. So, like, I started with music in my life. Went through school. My first instrument was violin, then I played the cello, then piano, and then I sang. Or at least, with lessons and things. And started learning guitar in high school while I was in show choir. Um, and I auditioned for VCU not knowing that I was going to be studying opera. And, it just kind of worked out that way.
What did you think you were going to be studying when you applied to VCU?
Just my own kind of music, jazz, maybe honing my writing skills. But my first voice lesson was with Dr. Wood, Dr. Kenneth Wood, and he was like, yeah, no, we don't do that here. I was like, okay, well, I'm here already, so I might as well keep going. And I graduated in 2020 with that. So
Congrats.
thank you. But through all of that, I was still writing my own music, doing open mics. My brother is huge in the open mic scene. My twin brother, Jaylin Brown, he's fantastic. Songwriter, guitarist. He's actually why I started playing guitar. And he's big on folk and country influence, and so like that sort of creeped in as well. So there's just so many different things, influences, and ideas coming at me from different angles, and that just informs my art.
Well, that's dope. Speaking about your brother, because you said that music's always been in your life, so having a brother that is also doing music, like that makes sense to me. What was like the trajectory of instruments in the house? Like you said, you started with violin, and then eventually you went to guitar.
Yeah.
Was I guess like his always guitar, and then you got pulled into that gravity. Did you influence each other's instruments?
Well, actually, he started with ballet, so he wasn't even playing an instrument for a while, and then around 5th grade, maybe 6th grade, he started playing guitar, and I was really focused on the piano, but like I felt like he was doing better than me, and we're twins, just for people who don't know.
Who's older?
He is by 12 minutes.
Okay, all right.
He actually.
Are you salty about that?
I was supposed to come out first, actually. But I was apparently taking my time, and he pushed me out of the way and like ripped my placenta in the process. Because his placenta broke first, and like I was stuck in there because I wasn't ready to come out. 12 minutes,
Which is why your EP is called Take It Easy.
Actually, I haven't made that connection yet, but maybe.
Okay.
Maybe, because I didn't even cry when I came out. I was breathing. I was fine, but I wasn't crying.
Just very calm.
And very there. I was like, what's happening? This wasn't supposed to happen yet.
Ready to get the experience of the world.
Yeah, but yeah, no, Jonathan's guitar playing is what made me want to start playing guitar. Because I saw that he was good at it, and I wanted to be good at guitar too. A
little bit of sibling rivalry.
Yeah.
I feel you.
He wouldn't teach me, though. He tried, and then we started arguing. And then I was like, this isn't working.
I've learned that you can't really learn anything from somebody that's too close to you.
Yeah.
I mean, you can sometimes, but...
You can, but...
patience runs thin.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That's
for
funny.
Sure.
When you got into singing, because you said that was later, that's a choice that you made, is like, I think I want to work on this some.
Yeah.
Was there like some music that inspired that? Did you just feel like it was the next progression in your musicality?
Well, honestly, I just loved it. So like I've always loved singing from like since before I can remember. I loved singing. But in terms of pursuing it in like in choir and going to All-State and stuff like that didn't happen until 5th grade. Which was really fun. I didn't even know there was All-State for elementary school kids until somebody was like, do you want to do this thing? And I was like, yeah.
I didn't know that until you just said that, and I was in choir in elementary school, which means somebody didn't tell me.
Oh, dang. I'm sorry. It's okay.
It's all good.
It's all good. Because you're running all this. Like, y'all are out here, you know?
No, it's all fun.
But, so yeah, once I got into choir and I just loved it. And I didn't stop until I started playing basketball more regularly, actually. And that was in 7th grade, and I got to high school, and I tried to do basketball and show choir, and my parents made me choose. Because it's too much. I was running from games to concerts and then back to games, and it was, no. I chose singing. I was much better at singing than playing basketball.
Do you have a nice jump shot, or like what was your
Oh, my jump shot's good.
Okay.
But I had court anxiety, and so like when I was on the game, like if somebody passed me the ball, I wouldn't know what to do because I would lose it. I was a really good practice player, because like drills and stuff, I can do a good one-on-one, but if the clock starts.
That's funny, because I would have kind of pegged you for being a clutch person. Anybody that can get up on stage and and demand the kind of attention that you do with your performance. And I mean, you have the training as well. Now you didn't have that training in 7th grade and 8th grade, but I kind of assume that if you have confidence in one thing, it might roll over. So that's surprising to hear.
Yeah. Well, without the ball, it was great. Like on defense, I was fucking it up. Excuse me, I don't know if I can cuss on this
You
show.
can do whatever
okay,
you
yeah,
want.
no, I was fucking it up with the defense. I was throwing elbows, and
So you can box
fouling out of
out.
games. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I can box out. I can get the rebound. I can pass it away from me. But if somebody's expecting me to shoot the ball, it's not gonna.
So you're Ben Simmons, not Jaylin Brown.
I don't know who Ben Simmons is.
Oh, we gotta brush you up on your NBA. We'll take care of that later.
Cool.
That's all right. That's all right. Don't worry about it.
Sorry, Ben.
No, it's all good. I wanted to also kind of talk to you because, by the way, congratulations on getting your scholarship. And I'm going to read this because this is a very long title.
Yes.
The Master of Music in Contemporary Performance at Berklee College of Music's Valencia, Spain campus.
Yes.
And this is going to be for the 2023-2024 year.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How did this come about? Tell me about it a little bit.
Well, actually, I've always wanted to go to Berklee. That was my first choice when I was applying to undergrad. And I was literally sitting in front of the computer with the application on my screen, and I got scared. And I just didn't do it. I just didn't apply. And so when the opportunity came around, I saw it. It came across my Instagram feed or something. I guess they knew I wanted to go to a master's program. And I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to Spain. I'm just going to fuck around, find out. And I got it, And I told myself I wasn't going to go if I didn't get a scholarship, though. Because I know the quality of my art. I know my worth. And I'm not going to pay $50,000 to go to school. No. Not unless somebody's helping me. And that's why I'm doing a fundraiser.
Yeah.
So I've got 6 concerts planned so far. My first concert is February 25th at First Universalist Unitarian Church over near Bird Park. And then I'll be at Curitiba Art Cafe up in Fredericksburg. And then after that, the list is on my computer.
It's okay. You can get us the list.
No,
We'll put it in the graphics. It's all good.
Yeah. But no, it's been really cool to see the support that I'm getting from everyone,
Yeah.
And the same thing happened with my undergrad degree. I was like, I wasn't going to be able to finish unless I did a fundraiser or took out loans. And so I hosted a series of spiritual concerts and raised $16,000 so I could get my degree.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
So I like the idea of, you're fundraising for this thing that you want to go do, but it's also doing what you love, doing shows. But I mean, this is not kind of the first time that you've done a fundraising event kind of thing. I mean, I remember when Fox Elementary burned down.
Yeah.
You were part of the Banding Together performance over at the Broadberry. And I mean, the list of people that was on there is too much for me to remember right now.
Yeah.
But what was that experience like? I mean, you always seem to be kind of tapped into you helping the community in different ways. But like, what was banding together and being with those artists like?
It was actually really interesting. It was my first time doing a show with kids. The 2 girls that went on before me one was in middle school and one was like a freshman in high school. Maybe younger than that, but they were fantastic. I was like, what was I doing in high school, I mean, maybe I was cool, but I wasn't that cool, So it was just a nice experience, and it was nice to be a part of just the Richmond community and like seeing it come out for a really good cause, No, I walked by Fox for the first time when after it burned down, and I was like, holy shit. Like, I can't imagine, like, if that was my school, I can't imagine how I'd feel, So being able to support in that way, like giving my voice, it was great. It was awesome.
That's really cool. I'm glad that there's, artists in Richmond and people, like venues in Richmond that are kind of looking out for stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that Richmond's I don't want to say unique in that way, but we definitely do that now, I think, with like the music scene. I mean, Gallery 5 is all over the place. You've performed there.
Oh, that's like my hometown, like Gallery 5. Like, if I wasn't from Richmond, I'd say I was from Gallery 5, I love it there. I love the people. Prabir is my favorite. And he's actually helped guide me through a lot in this past year, like with releasing Take It Easy and, how to manage myself as an artist. He's just been really helpful.
Well, that's good to hear, because he's actually going to be a guest on this season as well of Liner Notes. Yeah. We're going to be interviewing him next week, or in 2 weekends.
Yeah, he's
so
great.
That's cool to hear. I did want to kind of dig into this, though.
Yeah.
So for those, I'm going to hold it up so we can see this at home. So this is Take It Easy.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Jaylin Brown's EP, her latest EP. We were actually playing it before before you got here, so that everybody could kind of be in the mode and the spirit. And I think it went over very well. Tell me, besides you not wanting to be born, why did you name it Take It Easy? And why include so much poetry? Like, it definitely was an intentional point to put poetry on this EP.
Yeah, well, actually, it was, Take It Easy, I can't tell you. Honestly, it's just something I say all the time. And it's something that I hear all the time. I don't know if it's like a Virginia thing or a Southern thing. But just the idea of, someone parting from you and saying, take it easy, it's like telling them, don't let anything, whatever it is, don't let it get to you, because it's fun, So it was originally like 7 tracks, and it was supposed to be like a spring theme, and it got released in the summertime, so deadlines gets pushed back. But Khalil and Kenny, I met them at this event. I don't know if you guys know B-Love. Mm-hmm. He does this thing called Pillows and Poetry. And that was the first time I had met Kenny. I'd already known Khalil for a while. And it was just perfect. Like, their set was, and I was like, wait a minute. I need this. This is what it needs. So I cut the other 4 songs. And now I have just You and Me, Fishing, Take It Easy. And then me and Khalil collaborated. We sort of just talked about what I wanted the poem to be about, and then he wrote. And I made a little guitar part, and like he continued writing to it. But Kenny already had a poem that was perfect. Right, Cups? Me and Jonathan were actually just talking about it the other day. She says, she refers to love as if it's folded laundry. What? The imagery. So it was perfect. It was perfect timing. It wasn't intentional at all. Just destiny. I love destiny.
I liked listening to the EP because it feels very like polished and clean, and I like a lot of space in music sometimes, like just leaving space for mm-hmm. things. And I like that. But I also really liked going back to the previous EP that you had, because there was like a couple songs that there's an older version and then a newer version that's on Take It. So I liked hearing the progression. Mm-hmm. And you perform a lot. How does doing these songs, doing them over and over, seeing reaction, how does that change what the song is for you, like how you perform it in the end? Or
Well, it really changes just based on how I'm feeling and what I've experienced since the last time I performed it. So You and Me, I kind of originally wrote that for myself. Just because I was in a weird place. I had moved back in with my mom. Actually, I recorded that first album in my car. You know, I didn't even have a lot of resources, so.
In the car?
In my car, my little 2003 Hyundai Elantra.
I've always joked that I was going to record vocals in a car because
It's good.
I feel like I never rap better than in a car. But okay, so you brought a laptop in, I'm assuming,
Yep,
and
a portable interface and my mic, and I drove over to, there's a cemetery, like the other cemetery, not Hollywood Cemetery, but the one right next to it, and I was like, just parked on the cliff, it's okay, whatever.
I don't spend much time in cemeteries.
You know, honestly, it's a really nice space.
I've heard that.
Yeah, not Hollywood Cemetery, I don't really
Is
like
it
Hollywood
evergreen?
Cemetery.
It's not evergreen,
No, I don't know. It's fine.
Graphics, can you take care of that thing?
But,
There'll be something that pops up on the screen that's like, they meant this.
They meant, yeah. But there's just a really nice cliff that looks over the James. And I was like, well, this is perfect. And it's quiet, so people don't come out there often. So yeah, but, you know, nowadays, you and me, like, I guess it's still for myself, but I've been through a few different relationships and I've met new friends. And so, you know, it's kind of expanded to not just, like, you is everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's you isn't just, like, my future self and me, but it's all of the people that I care about in me. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to just say the lyrics. Come run away with me. We'll find out what we need. This world was made for you and me. You know, it kind of speaks for itself. Yeah. But that's the only song that I've sort of reprised in that way. Because, you know, I had the intro and the outro. But the full version just kind of brought it all, literally brought it all together. And it was just a good fit. So. Yeah.
The packaging on this. So, I'm going to pull this out here so we can all see it. You know, we're in a digital age now. Vinyl is coming back. Cassettes are coming back. But people mostly aren't buying physical copies of things anymore. Yeah. But I like how you put this together. You put together like a digipack that's able to open up. You have here a scan code, which I'll hold up so everybody can see it. A little scan code here so that you can check out the album. And you put a nice little note in here. It's thoughtful, in my opinion, and it gives somebody something to have physically. What was your goal in kind of putting your packaging together for this EP? Like,
well, honestly, Prabir helped me a lot with this. You know, having like you said, people like to have something physical, but they're not necessarily. Nobody has CD players like that anymore. You know, people are collecting vinyls, but. You know, they're expensive and it takes a really long time to get them and but I still love the way it looks and I love the way it feels because I started collecting vinyls recently. So it just fit, you know, and it comes with a poster. There's a poster back there. I can pull another one out. I put all the lyrics together and it's the same picture that's on the cover for y'all at home.
Sick.
Canva. Huh?
Canva.
They should sponsor me.
Yo, they should sponsor. Yeah, me too. We're gonna get some sponsors out of this show.
So you know, and it just people like it. You know, it was really nice during my release party. It's you know because people could walk away with more than just a memory. Yeah. You know, so it was nice, and you know you got to sell merch. It's a great way for artists to make money. So. If you want one, they're for sale, $10. You get a poster. You get a free button when you buy a digipack. One of these guys. Or I technically can't sell the Whitney Houston buttons, but I can give them away for free. So.
Oh.
Because it's, you know, I'm not making money off of it.
Sure, I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like how they were selling weed in D.C. for a while. They couldn't sell weed, but they could sell you a $65 juice with a gift of some weed.
Exactly.
Solid. I love our laws in America.
Isn't it great?
Yikes.
It's actually horrible, but we're here.
I don't know if you pick up on sarcasm at home, but that was a thing.
Yeah.
I'm Alexander and this is Garrett.
I'm Garrett.
We're honestly smoked.
We found out we lived across the street from each other in college, and we were always cooking stuff in the backyard when jerky came into play. and I had a recipe that I had messed around with. We went in, you know, that top spice, you can see it is bold. There's a lot of minced garlic, there's black pepper, there's smoked paprika, there's cayenne, there's garlic. There's all these great things in there that you just won't know. It's so textural and so vibrant, and then you bite into it and it's like boom, and it just lights you up.
And not to be cliche, but we made our product with love. We started this because we both ate a lot of beef jerky. We'd go to the grocery store.
And we still do.
And of course we still do.
Shout out Three Notch Brewing.
We're not brewing.
Collab House and Scott's Edition, our Who Smoked All the Porter recipe that was a companion beer to the Mild Child Jerky. And we were gonna try to take that and rummage that into an awesome little holiday flavor for y'all.
If you type in HearRVA, we haven't made this promo code yet, but it will be live by the time this is.
Yeah, you are in the future, and this promo code is now live.
Exactly.
So if you use promo code
HearRVA, you will get
HearRVA.
25% off your entire order.
So we talked a couple days ago, and you were very excited
Yeah.
because you recently got a new member of the family. Would you like to talk about that?
So I got rid of 3 guitars to get this new guitar. And she's amazing. I've played her every day since I got it. Pearl, my electric hollow body, she's a little jealous, but it's fine. She'll be okay. But it's my first classical guitar. Honestly, the reason I've been playing it so much is because I started learning a new piece where it's for classical voice and guitar. And my director was like, I'm using it for recital, and my director was like, you know, I can get you an accompanist if you need. I was like, nah, I got this. And I don't read music with guitar very well, so I had to go through and turn everything into tabs. And then I can read the rhythm based off of that, you know what I'm saying? But that took about 5 hours. And now I know it. And I was like, fuck yeah! So it's great. No, it's been really great. I still don't have a name for the guitar. My drummer says I should name him Idris, like Idris Elba, because he's brown skin. But
Also, you'd like to cradle him in your arms?
don't get me started.
Okay, I won't. It's like half the room was like, yeah, name it Idris.
Yeah.
No.
My drummer says I should name him Idris, like Idris Elba, because he's brown skin. But
Also, you'd like to cradle him in your arms?
don't get me started.
Okay, I won't. It's like half the room was like, yeah, name it Idris.
Yeah.
Is that? I'm expecting we'll see that guitar at some live shows in the future.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, probably on the 25th. Honestly, because all of the songs that I used finger picking on, I didn't realize how similar it was to classical technique. So I have a new song that's coming out soon called "Not You." It sounds a lot like Leanne the Hobbs, who actually was trained classically. Which, you know, I'm just now seeing that correlation actually, so it makes sense that, you know, I'm sort of drifting into classical technique because she is one of my bigger influences. So like I started playing that on the new guitar, and it was just like, wow, that's what it's supposed to be. It's just what it's supposed to be, you know. So it's definitely gonna be with me for the next few performances.
Sick. I can't wait to hear it.
The Aubrey Richards Boutique is a full pop-up shop and blog centered around and for women who are happily maturing. The items are either handmade, designed, or ethically sourced from themselves, other makers, or small companies. Aubrey Richards Boutique is here to uplift guests and build community within our community. Find out more at aubreyrichardsboutique.com.
I guess officially the last time I saw you perform was at Doai's Christmas party or holiday party. I had a lot of fun, by the way.
It's great.
I don't know if you remember, but Ryan and I were dressed up in like, not Halloween, in like Christmas onesies and things. Like we were the only ones like decked out in green and red and stuff, so we probably stood out. But Matter of fact, did I have a little hat on? I had the little elf hat on. Yeah, I was buddy to the elf.
So funny.
Yeah,
Y'all are hilarious.
shit happens.
No, but you gotta have the spirit, you know?
I heard it was a holiday party. It was dough-eyes. I thought we were going all out. And you know what? The place looked amazing.
Great. And
Yeah.
y'all fit right in.
Booyah.
There you go.
How was that? Because you were performing.
Yeah.
Your brother was with you, right?
Mhm.
Tell me, like, how was that being on stage with him, performing in front of all those people?
Well, honestly, I was like at 70% voice. I was so just physically exhausted.
Well, that's impressive then, if that was 70%. So, good
Thank
for
you.
you.
Thank you. But that's why I had Jonathan on. So, I mean, that and he's freaking amazing. And I love singing with my brother. Like, we actually started a duo back in, like, 2016. And we were playing in, like, breweries and stuff up in Tappahannock. And, we had this, we were still button heads. We weren't necessarily at, like, the lovey-dovey sibling phase. That happened in 2018. And, like, there's no turning back. I love my brother. So singing with him is always a treasure. Just because it doesn't happen as often anymore. And we don't even get to see each other perform that often because he's always doing shows and I'm always doing shows. And then Joe, having a drummer finally, like a regular drummer, to be with me on all of my shows has been elevating. And I know we're going to talk about band stuff later, but this, like, Joe actually helped me produce Take It Easy, so he's sat with my music for a while. And then Jonathan, we've sang together so much that our harmony is like, people call it blood harmony, so you know what that means, So, like, just that little trio is so fun. It's so perfect.
This is actually a perfect time to talk about the band. We're talking about, like, working with somebody consistently, and them knowing your music more.
Yeah.
Does that allow you to be a little more free or anything like that on stage?
Absolutely. So Steve Boone plays guitar with me, and I mean, he's fantastic. So, like, this is some of the first times. These are some of the first times that I can actually just sing, which is different. It's really different in a good way because I've always been just behind my guitar, me and my guitar, doing the thing. But, like, on the Shockoe Sessions for Take It Easy specifically is, just because of how the chords move, I'm always, like, hyper focused on, like, not fucking up to where, at the beginning I was like, Steve, I'm just going to let you play and I'm just going to sing it. And it was so easy. Look at that. It's easy, So I love it. I think it's great. My goal is to get to a point where, I'm playing guitar like 50% of the time. And also I want to be able to write with my band as opposed to just my music. It's our music. Because they're fantastic musicians. Calvin Presents, Sir Rome, Mark McCutcheon, Steve Boone, and Joe. I'm not going to say his nickname on air. He'd hate me for it. But it's just great. It's great.
You look like you had a lot of fun during the Shockoe Sessions live.
Yeah.
You look like you had a lot of fun.
Yeah. That was the most fun I've had aside from roller skating. That was the most fun I'd had in a really long time. It was just a really special opportunity. Prabir helped me set that up too, and the N-word. And actually, funny connection, my mom's a pediatrician. She's a newborn pediatrician, and she took care of one of his babies from Interior Studios, Carlos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my mom took care of his baby.
Dang, Richmond is small, yo.
So small. RVA baby, best pediatrician in Richmond. It's
Sponsored by,
exactly. But no, she actually took care of Holy Roller baby, a Sweet Potatoes baby. Let me turn this shit off.
Oh, you're fired.
Aw, my friend 80. 80's great too.
Shout outs to 80.
Shout out to 80. Yeah. But yeah, Where was we? Shockoe Sessions.
Yes.
Shockoe Sessions. Oh my God. That was fantastic. We sold it out. We packed 40 plus people into that little teeny tiny studio. I was elated,
Yeah.
to say the least. It was fantastic.
You had your brother there. Your mom was there.
Yeah,
correct?
my mom and my brother were sitting in the front row. My best friend from high school was there. Another really special friend had came out. And, you know, it's again one of those moments where I just feel really blessed for all the people that are here to support me.
Yeah.
Because I love doing what I do. I don't want to do anything else. Like at all. You know, I enjoy like I work in health professions outside of music, and I enjoy that. It's fulfilling. But it's not my dream.
Yeah.
You know, it's not my passion. It's my boss's passion, and I like to support her. And shouts out to Jaylin.
Shout outs.
But she's even so supportive of my art. And I think that's why she hired me in the first place, is because my art sort of informs how I work in the workplace. I use Canva a lot. I make flyers. I run a scholars program, you know. So people within that realm came to the Shockoe Sessions and were supporting me.
That's cool.
You know? So it's
It's like when your worlds blend a little bit.
Yeah.
And everything works out.
In a good way.
Yeah.
It's not always good.
Right.
But
I think that's why it's always like a little pleasant surprise. You're like, hey, everybody's getting along.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Did you kiss her lips today and take her out? Only thing I can do is make believe you're here and pray that you'll hold me near. To take your hands and put them in mine.
I mean, the 2023-2024 school year is coming up.
Yeah.
You've got a ticking clock as far as that goes.
Yes, I do. I need to apply for my visa
Oh.
by like April 1st. And I need $12,000 in an account. You have to have $1,000 for every month that you intend on living
To
in
apply
Spain
for the visa.
To apply for the visa.
Ooh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Donate now. Okay.
Put a little QR code to my GoFundMe
We're
or something.
gonna hit it right there.
Go.
Wow, that's dang. I mean, I guess I understand why a country with, you know, they're like, we you gotta be able to support yourself or go home or whatever.
Especially if you're studying, you know, you don't have time to work necessarily.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they don't want you to be in a situation where you have to go back home or where you literally can't go back home because you don't have the funds to do so.
'Cause then they gotta take care of you.
Exactly.
I feel you. Okay,
Yeah.
so you've got a summer.
I got a summer.
You got a summer
And a
here.
spring.
That's okay, right. It is winter currently.
Yeah.
You have a spring and a summer in Richmond left. What do you want to do with it? Like, there's so many great open mics around. There's so many like places you can perform. I mean, I know you have your fundraising show lineup, but like, what are you gonna do before you leave? You got only a limited amount of time.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at a residency currently. I'm not gonna say where yet, because you know I gotta do the announcement thing. But also collaborations. Like I really want to work with all of my favorite Richmond artists. Weekend Plans, DJ Harrison, Ty Sorrell. There's a long list. There's a very long list. Because I know that it's gonna be harder once I'm in school. You know, I'm gonna be focusing on classes, and the program's focus is in production. So I love producing. I love producing music, making beats, putting together projects, pulling together teams to get stuff done. You know, like it's great. So I really want to hone that skill a little bit more before I go. Looking at releasing another EP, doing a little extra something with the Shockoe Sessions stuff, with Shockoe Records, you know. So there's a lot. And I don't know how much is actually going to get done, but I'm going to try. I'm definitely going to try.
I like that. You got to put it on the paper. You know what
Exactly.
I mean? Like, hey, we're going to try for
we're
this
gonna
and
do
this.
this, and by this date. And hope
see,
that it
see what you
happens,
could do,
know
right?
what I mean? Yeah,
One step at a time.
exactly.
Take it easy, right?
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Don't ask me for favors no more.
I was gonna open it up now to see if anybody from the floor or the crew had any questions. Do we have that wireless microphone on?
With you being a local of Richmond, like, I guess I want to know, like, some insight for, like, places that people should go to listen to some music, or music and food. I like the combo.
Well, music and food combo, I'm not entirely sure. All of my favorite places don't really sell food. Gallery 5 is like, always go to Gallery 5 for music. That's my favorite place in the world. I mean, and not just music. They've got burlesque shows. They do, it's almost, I mean, merging into the opera world. They had a performance, Il Trovatore, which was cool. You know, so it's definitely go to Gallery 5. But there's also HearRVA. I had a brief residency there last fall, before Ghost Quartet picked up. Great space. It's got sort of a speakeasy vibe. You know, aside from their actual purpose, which is sort of, they call them experiences. Someone would walk in and say, "Oh my God, it's an escape room," you know, but it's kind of different.
Yeah, we went one time, and you know, you don't have to escape. We had to perform a task.
Exactly. Yeah.
As a crew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you have to like work together to complete said task. I don't want to give anything away. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's an escape room. It's like an escape room in that where you don't tell secrets.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly. But it's yeah, and I think that's why they call it experiences as opposed to like escape room, because, you know, you're learning, you know, you're gaining skills and working with people versus trying to get out of something. But it's a great space. It's a great energy. Where else? I'm trying to rack my brain. And there's so many other spaces, you know. It's not hitting me. There is a space in Fredericksburg. I'm gonna shout it out, Curry Tiba Art Cafe. My friends Corey and Megan. It was, I don't even remember what it was before, but they turned it into just an artist space, you know. You know, they sell food, they sell alcohol and all the good things, but, you know, they also film these little sessions in a space upstairs. It's like wood paneling and stuff. Actually, one of my favorite pictures of my brother is him performing in that space. He's got a big old smile and everything. So, yeah, that's definitely a space that people should check out. Fredericksburg, though, gotta take a hike up 95. You know.
At least you don't have to go. Yeah, you don't have to go past Fredericksburg. Fredericksburg is like the line of traffic.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
That's where it exists.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Is there anything else that you wanted to touch on that we didn't?
I don't know. My mug. I got this mug from Target.
Sponsored by Target.
Sponsored by Target. And it just says, "You got this." You know, because I, you know, like many other artists and people just who are pursuing their dreams, you know, I deal with imposter syndrome. And it feels like I'm not supposed to be doing what I know I'm supposed to be doing, you know. So my little "You Got This" mug, I've been drinking out of it for almost 3 weeks. I wash it, of course.
Be clean, y'all.
If you have the resources. If you don't have the resources, there's got to be somebody around who can help. I don't know. We should put a link for resources for people who need resources.
I'm down.
Yeah, let's do that.
Resources for resources.
Resources for resources.
Click below.
There you go. That's actually interesting. I was talking to a castmate yesterday. We were talking about COVID, and they were, you know, referring to people with COVID as not being clean. And it's like, let's not do that, because, you know, clean and dirty, that sort of creates a rift between people. Not everybody has the resources to clean their bodies. Yeah.
Also, you're just liable to get sick at some point. Like,
exactly.
Know what I mean? Like,
you can't help that. I mean, unless you're literally going around letting people cough in your mouth. But that's
I would not suggest
Don't
that.
do that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gross. I just got
Yeah, I don't.
really bad chills.
If you were gonna cough in an orifice, it would be the ear, I think.
Don't even
yeah,
don't
no,
even
yeah.
do that. Don't cough on me. If you're gonna cough in your elbow. Thank you. But yeah, just a message to everybody. You got this.
You got this.
You got this.
And take it easy.
Take it easy. Yeah.
I wanted to add to your mug collection.
There you go. Thank you. Should I open it now?
Yeah, sure, feel free. But we just want to say thank you for coming out and talking with us today and sharing your musical journey and what you got going on and everything. So we appreciate it. This liner notes does not work without artists that, you know, want to come on and talk about it and are doing cool things in the Richmond community scene. So thank you, and we appreciate your time.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you so much. This has been awesome.
Cool. Glad you had a good time.
Jaylin Brown for life.